Look, even Le Petit Trait is in the style of this Quimper faience. Welcome to another crazy ride, and in this video we are showing you our tips on what to do in Quimper when you're staying in here for your Brittany's Base motorcycle tour. Hi, I'm Muriel, joined by Johan, your companions in unlocking the fun of European motorcycle tours, including tips on what to do in a central point of a tour. And you can find those tips in the ebooks that you can download from our website and the video guides. And that all together with all the information on the rides, you've got everything you need to plan your self-guided motorcycle tour. And it's all free because at Crazy Rides we just love to share. Brittany, or Bretagne in French, is located in the northwestern part of France. And its name traces back to the Celtic people, the Britons, who inhabited modern-day Britain in ancient times. And after the decline of the Roman Empire, a lot of those Britons escaped to France and settled in this area, which became known as Brittany. Their arrival influenced the culture, language, and thus even the name, but Brittany did develop its own identity over the centuries. And nowadays, Brittany is a vibrant region with a lot of history. With its coastline, picturesque villages, and cultural heritage, this region is breathtaking. And we are exploring the more southwest part in this Brittany's Base motorcycle tour. But before we head on our rides, let's first dig into what to do in Quimper. The name Quimper in Breton means confluence, meeting point, and that's an ideal name for a city of art and history and ancient knowledge and modernity, but also where three rivers meet. Quimper is nestled along the River Odette, the biggest of the three, and is known for its medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, and vibrant atmosphere. And actually the city is divided into three distinct areas: Locmaria, La Ville Épiscopale, and La Ville des Ducs.
Dédié à Saint Corentin, qui fut le premier évêque de Cornouailles. Il créa cet évêché à la demande du roi Gradelon, le fondateur de cette ville.
Our journey begins here in the Locmaria area of Quimper, the oldest part of Quimper, where this Notre Dame Église stands tall as a true masterpiece of Gothic architecture, and it dates back to the 11th century. And if you're interested in craftsmanship, you can head over to Faïencerie Henriot, where you can witness the magic of Breton pottery being crafted by skilled artisans. And they do have what they call workshop tours, but only during weekdays and special times. So we will share the link to Faïencerie Henriot in the ebook that you can download from our website. And just around the corner you can find the Musée de la Fayence de Quimper for a more in-depth view on its pottery. Moving on to the second part of Quimper, La Ville Épiscopale, literally the bishop's city. And it's no wonder that it is this area around this old but magnificent Cathedral Saint-Corentin. And this part of the historic city was completely surrounded by city walls, and you can still see some of the remainders today. And the cathedral itself is described as a Gothic gem and a testament to centuries of history and architectural brilliance. For a deep dive into Breton culture, make your way to La Musée Départemental Breton, also in this area of Quimper and just next to the cathedral. And it is described as a treasure of artifacts and exhibits, and it will give you a glimpse into the rich heritage of this area. The website is only in French, but we will share the link in our ebook that you can download from our website. If you are an art enthusiast, this Musée des Beaux-Arts is your haven. From classical to contemporary, this museum showcases an impressive collection. And this museum has a website in English that will be in the ebook that you can download from our website. If you're not that into museums, Quimper still has a lot to offer, such as taking a stroll to this Place du Beurre, the Butter Square. It is formerly known as the Place aux Ruches, Hive Square, and then Place au Beurre de Pau, Butter Pot Square. And this is where winter butter was sold in stoneware pots with extra salt to keep it fresh for longer. But nowadays this square is not just a feast for the eyes, but also a hub of lively cafes and local vibe. And it could equally be called Crêperie Square, as their terraces fill most of the square. And this house on the corner of the Place du Beurre et Rue de Lycée is the smallest wooden house in Quimper, with a wooden facade at the street side and a wall facade at the square side, which is a part of the ancient wall. At the Place du Beurre you can see a typical 17th century wooden house facade consisting of straight poles with the overhang reduced to a minimum, and the side walls built of stone to limit the risk of spreading in the event of a fire. Super. Merci. And finally, we conclude our adventure here in Quimper in La Ville des Ducs, where the river Ster flows into the river Odette. And La Ville des Ducs literally means the city of dukes, as this region belonged to the Duke of Britain in the 19th century. And also this part at the left bank of the river Ster is very nice to wander around, and you will see some half-timbered houses and a lot of shops and also squares with terraces. Such as this Place Terre aux Ducs, the heartbeat of the city, surrounded by historical buildings and with a vibrant atmosphere. So we think the perfect ending to our adventure here in Quimper. Well, that wraps up our tour of Quimper. Indeed a surprisingly nice city, and we've explored Locmaria, La Ville Episcopale and La Ville des Ducs, exploring the beauty of each corner. And we also have a separate video with our tips on where to stay in Quimper with parking for your bike, and that video will be in the middle of your screen if you want to keep going crazy now. And if you like this video and want to help us spread the fun of road tripping, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell as well, so we will see you on our next crazy ride.